Hello and welcome back. Today is Thursday, October 30th. I have your three best bets for you in the NBA today. As always, if you're new to the channel, welcome to the page. We get a 4-game NBA slate because NFL is king. Every single game is before 7:30 because they all know you're going to be on Amazon Prime. But we got some interesting matchups to say the least. We only get one primetime matchup on NBA TV. We have Golden State versus the Bucks, 232 over under. Golden State, 2.5 point favorite here. This game is going to be a ton of fun. The Bucks play very well at home. Ryan Rollins for this Bucks team has looked really, really good to start the season. Giannis has looked incredible. Now they're getting that bad man, Steph the Chef Curry, coming into town. Jimmy Butler, he's had great success against the Bucks overall. Draymond Green going to be guarding Giannis. This game's going to be a ton of fun. Two of the best in the game going at it. There's nothing better than that. First game on the slate, Orlando versus Charlotte. This game's pretty fun. 242 over under. Orlando, 3.5 point favorite here. Orlando is on a back-to-back here. Charlotte just had a tough matchup against the Miami Heat, so they get this nice high over-under matchup. That game is going to be points. No defense will be played in that game overall. The worst game in the slate, the Fugazi game of the day. Oklahoma City versus Washington, 232 over under. When the best team in the league plays the worst team in the league last year, it's going to be an interesting one. Oklahoma City, 15.5 point favorites. Whew. I can't whistle, but man, if I could do a nice whistle right there, you would have known that was that's a big spread on the slate. And then the late game, or the late-ish game at 7:30, we have Miami versus San Antonio. This game's going to be a ton of fun. The Spurs looking to go 5-0 for the first time in their team history. They're 5.5 point favorite. Miami Heat has looked like a completely different offensive team. They're scoring a lot of points. This game should be a ton of fun. 4-game NBA slate. I got 3 plays here for you today. Before we jump into today's plays, we got to recap yesterday's action. Yesterday, the NBA ended up going 2-2 in best bets. We were a point. 1 point. DeMar DeRozan finished at 19 points. We needed 20. He didn't take a single shot with 8 minutes to go. He got the last shot he made. It should have been a foul and one, but no. It was holy fucking shit. 8 straight minutes of me just looking like Homelander in that one meme where the movie theater's going off and I'm just watching anyone else score for the last 8 minutes. They pulled DeMar DeRozan with 2 minutes left in the game, and he got the over for us at 18.5. We found that perfect middle ground. I fucking hate it. Oh my God, it was right there for glory. I was so upset. Cooper Flagg, he hit 15 plus points. It helped that Anthony Davis did go out with an injury because this one kind of looks sold as well. Cooper Flagg, what are they doing with the Mavs? Maybe with this Anthony Davis injury, they'll start using Cooper Flagg in a better way, but they have no clue what they're doing with Cooper Flagg when you watch the game. Cooper Flagg just stands in a corner waiting for the ball. They let D'Lo do his little thing at top of the paint. It's not fun basketball. Denny Abdiva, that game was a blowout, so they didn't really need Denny to score. I think he finished the game at 19 plus points. I think it was going to come down to free throws, or I was crossing my fingers for overtime. But that game just felt shy. Who were they playing? The Jazz made a late game surge. Jazz have been a fun team. Like I said, that game should have been the primetime game. That game was a ton of fun late at the end. And then the same game parlay. Let's not talk about the DeMar DeRozan. But one thing I do want to talk about is the comment section down below. Diego Rivera, Jalen Johnson over PRAs. That smashed with ease. And then Josh O, Oneki Okongwu, right? Oneki Okongwu had over 22.5 PRAs. He cashed with these, or the points rebounds mostly cashed it, and then he had a few assists on there to get a little extra cheddar. You guys have been on fire in the comment section. Let me know down below what's your guys' favorite play in the comment section. I love tailing you guys because these guys have been winning me money these last few days. I really appreciate you guys down there below. It's been a fun week overall. Not been the best. We're losing on the week overall. Still up on the year, but man, oh man, I would love a 3-0 sweep, and no better day like today. And let's just jump into it. For my first play of the day, going to be in this Orlando-Charlotte game, 242 over under. This is one of the 6 o'clock. This game seems like a great game. If you were itching to do a same game parlay, I would feel like this is the one. And 242 over in Orlando on a back-to-back here. I'm going on the Charlotte side of the ball here. Going with Miles Bridges? No, I'm not. He burned me last time. I'm going with the point guard here. LaMelo Ball has a great matchup here, and I'm all over it. So give me LaMelo Ball to score 25-plus points coming in -135. On DraftKings, he has a great matchup here. Orlando allows the most points to the point guard position after 5 games. We have more data out there. Most points to the point guard position out of all of them. Let me look at it real quick. Bam. They allow 33.38 points per game to the point guard position. Point guards have just been dominating the Magic in the first 5 games, and it shows. Davion Mitchell got his over at 16. Trae Young got his over at 25. Josh Giddey got his over at 21. Maxey, 43. And then last night, Cade Cunningham dropped 30 on this Orlando Magic team. Even with Jalen Suggs being one of the best defenders on this team, they're still struggling to guard guards. And LaMelo Ball, he's coming off a lackluster game. I think is a great spot to bounce back. He's only got this over 2 for his last 4, averaging 26.3 points per game, with the last 4 games him scoring 20, 27, 38, and then 20. So I like that solid baseline of 20-plus points here, and I think today he gets to that 25-plus mark because against Orlando, he's balled out, going over 3 for his last 3 against the Magic, scoring 35, 44, and then 25 in the most recent matchup. Last 2 home games against the Magic, he had, against the Magic, he had 44 and 25 points per game. He's coming off of a tough defensive game. Miami Heat, they're number 4 in the NBA in defense overall, so that was a tough matchup. They put the one hand behind your back and they let anyone else beat you, and they were letting anyone but LaMelo Ball beat them last time they played. LaMelo Ball, 65% hit rate last season at home, so I love the consistency at home, averaging 25.7 points per game. LaMelo Ball takes 60% of his shots. We're talking about 2K hot zones again. 60% of his shots, or almost 60% of his shots, from the straightaway 3. We think we've all seen LaMelo Ball do that. As he crosses half court, chucks up the ball from half court. And Miami Heat, they rank 20th. Not Miami Heat, the Orlando Magic, my bad, ranked 20th in points allowed from the straightaway 3. So he has a great, takes the majority of his shots to there. Magic, they struggle from the straightaway 3. So I think he has a great opportunity to take advantage of that here tonight. I have him projected at 27-plus points, so we get a nice 2 points, a nice bucket ahead of the 25-plus points. Orlando allowing the most points to the point guard position. 3 for his last 3 against the Magic. He's going to make it 4 for his last 4. So give me LaMelo Ball to score 25-plus points. Coming in -135 on DraftKings. Jump into my second play of the day. Probably what America will all be taking in this matchup. Golden State versus the Bucks. The only primetime game in this game. 232 over under. I think this opened at 230. Has moved up a couple points here. Bucks, they are a scrappy good team at home. So I think this game will be competitive the whole time, and that will leave Steph Curry to have to step up and play well. So I think it's some smash spots for Steph Curry. I think everyone is going to be on the Steph Curry, including me. So give me Stephen Curry to score 25-plus points using my FanDuel 50% profit boost. You're probably like, oh my God, it's I think it's like -150 for 25-plus points. That's why we're using the 50% profit boost to get it at -106. So give me Stephen Curry to get 25-plus points. Give him at -106. He has a great matchup too. Milwaukee Bucks allowed the 8th most points to the point guard position. That leaves Steph Curry to have a great matchup here. He has great success against the Bucks, going over 2 for his last 2, averaging 33.5 points per game. Wow. Last 2 against the Bucks, he had 29 and then 38 in the most recent matchup here. On the road last season, Steph Curry, he stepped it up for his team on the road, averaging 25.2 points per game. On the season, he's only gotten this over 2 for his last 5, so I think today is the day for Steph Curry to bounce back. His last 2 games, he's been pretty lackluster. Game 1, he had 23. Game 2, remember that Steph Curry 42-point game? Game 3 had 35, and then he had 16, and then 19 in the last 2. So the last 2 games, they have not need Stephen Curry to step it up. I think today is that day because the Bucks, they, like I said, allowed the 8th most points to the point guard position. Bucks have been getting killed. It feels like every year we're talking about the Milwaukee Bucks struggle at defending the point guard position because it's true. On the season, they allowed Emmanuel Quickly to drop 19. Lonzo Ball on a minutes restriction got his over. It was at 6.5. He got 11 in that game. Donovan Mitchell, he did get his under, but he got 24 points in that game. His over-under was at 27. And then Jalen Brunson, we took his over the last game he played the Bucks because it was the Bucks. He had 36-plus points in that game. I have Stephen Curry projected at 28 points in this game. I think this game is going to be a ton of fun. The Bucks at home is 21st in threes allowed on the season and 22nd in three-point attempts allowed. So Stephen Curry, the man that loves to chuck up threes, he has a smash spot here. Bucks 21st in three-pointers made and 22nd in three-pointers attempted. On the road, 25.2 points last season for Stephen Curry. Last two games against the Bucks, 29 and 34. Coming off of back-to-back unders. Stephen Curry, he's not going to shoot this pour for all on. They'll rely on him on the road, on prime time against another superstar Hall of Fame player. Stephen Curry always steps it up big against another superstar. So give me Steph Curry to score 25-plus points. Coming to mass 106 using my FanDuel 50% profit boost for that. And jump into my third and final play of the day. Going to be in the Hornets. Going to be in the Oklahoma City. Nah, I'm not touching that game. 15.5 point spread scares me. But the late game, 7:30 Miami versus Spurs. 232 over under. San Antonio, 5.5 point favorite here. Going for 5-0 for the first time here. But this over under has crept down a little bit. I think the Miami Heat's offense might a little cool off in this game, and I think the Spurs will cool off with them. So I think this late game, it's going to be on the Amazon Prime. I think this game is going to be a little under game, and with that, I'm going with Victor Wembanyama. I'm fading that MVP here. This stinks. I'm normally not an unders guy here, but Miami Heat, like I said earlier, they make you play with the hand behind your back when you play, and I think they will in this matchup. Bam Adebayo is one of the best defenders in the league. Yes, he's shorter than Victor Wembanyama by a lot, but everyone is. But Miami Heat have a lot of run the Twin Towers lineup, so at least they'll have some center depth to defend Victor Wembanyama. So give me Victor Wembanyama to go under 28.5 points, coming in -114 on DraftKings. Miami Heat ranks 6th in points allowed to centers, so they're the 6th best defensive team towards the center position. And Victor Wembanyama has gone under 3 for his last 3 against the Heat, only averaging 19 points per game. Last 3 games against the Heat, he's had 18, 18, and 21. Granted, that was last season when Victor Wembanyama was not as super aggressive as he's been the start of the season. Like we all have known, he's a MVP favorite, dropping 40, 29, 31, and 24 in the first 4 games of the season. But 29 just barely squeaking the over in one game. The 40-point game, I think that was just him being very, very good because Miami Heat is a great defensive team. Miami Heat ranked 4th in defensive rating this season, only allowing 106 points per game to opposing teams. Last season at home, Victor Wembanyama got the under 29% of the time on this number. I think this number is a little too high for Wembanyama. Getting to that 30-point mark against the Heat, I don't think happens in this last game. Miami Heat, they always let you play. They make you play with the hand behind your back. I have him projected at 24 points in this game, so a little bit way under in this matchup here. He's gone under 3 for his last 3 against the Heat. He's going to make it 4 against this 4. Spoelstra will have something mapped out for him in this game. So give me Victor Wembanyama, maybe the future MVP of this league, to go under 28.5 points per game. Again, I don't like taking unders because that's the fun in that, but I think 28.5 is just too much in a great defensive game. And then football's going to be on, so not going to be really watching this game. The unders move down a little bit on the total, so I think this is going to be a slower paced game where a lot more bricks will happen in this matchup. So those are my 3 best bets for you in the NBA today. We're going with Victor Wembanyama under 28.5. I just love saying his name. Stephen Curry, 25-plus points. LaMelo Ball, 25-plus points. So we're going with the point guards to have a great day here today. And Victor Wembanyama be a little lackluster than he's normally been overall. Those are my 3 best bets. Let me know down below what's your favorite play in the NBA today, or it could be in football. I love tailing you guys in the comment section. I always think it's fun. I see what other people are seeing because I can't look at everything in this stuff, even though I try to. But I love to hear what your guys' opinion are. And while you're down there, please leave a like and subscribe. I truly appreciate the support. This page it's been a ton of fun. Hopefully we start getting things rolling once more and more data is out here. We're at game 5 for a lot of these teams in the season. We start NBA Cup tomorrow in the league, so tomorrow's going to be a fun day in the league. It's plus spooky season, so who doesn't like that? Overall, hopefully having a wonderful day. Keep on smiling, and I will see you in the next one.